Well, I'm trying this app out again. Seems like this one works the best. Tried with the Wirecast Go, and it has a hard time connecting. Try the Air, whatever that is, Air something, and looks really cool and everything. I like the design, and you can do all the logos and stuff. The only problem, it has a hard time connecting, which is bad. Especially when you're doing live stream, if you can't make a clear connection, some places where there's poor Wi-Fi, or there's no Wi-Fi at all, that you have to use cellular data, then that becomes a huge problem. Because the thing about the whole streaming thing is you have to have really good connection and stuff. Also, I mean, if the picture is really cool, that'd be great too, but it's not the case where you always get the 1080p or the 720, which hopefully will be great, but that's not always the case. The only thing I don't like about this app is that I know I did a live stream a couple times, and all of a sudden the thing disappeared and I couldn't find where the thing is. It said, do you want to end, do you want to whatever, and you just close out normally, and then all of a sudden you don't get your video. So that's kind of a scary thing. So I guess the moral of the story is that you have to have a backup and record the thing just in case things don't work. And the good news is that it was connecting live stream, so the other end, a friend of mine who was watching actually watched it, so it did stream. The only problem is the recording and uploading to YouTube. That was a problem, so I'm giving this a try and see how it works. I've been looking for other apps just to cover it, because I know they don't do any updates on it, which is bad. So hopefully maybe I'm clearing up the bugs on that, but I can't really trust this app to see if it works or not, which is a bummer, because I've been using it and it's been pretty reliable. But if you're doing an important event and you want to keep that recording of it, especially when you upload it on YouTube, then that's a big problem. And I know a lot of live streaming thing has that problem, is the battle of the Wi-Fi and the connection and stuff like that. So I'm giving this a try again. Hopefully there won't be any bugs on it, but I learned my lesson is to make sure you have a backup plan on that, because you won't be able to see it again, which is a bummer. So I don't know if it's part of YouTube because they just flag you and they want to take you off or something like that, or the app. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. So far I'm filming and it's pretty overcast, so that means the cellular format isn't very good. I know when it's really cloudy and stuff like that, the format isn't very good, meaning the the cellular data isn't very good. So you could be in a mountain or some area where you just don't have any cellular data, which is a bummer. So right now I'm using totally cellular data. I'm not using any Wi-Fi. And again, I just want to mention the Wi-Fi situation. There's always a situation where you can't just rely on the Wi-Fi or poor Wi-Fi or whatever, because they have some kind of firewall going on or something. So it's kind of weird. The other part of the app about this is people have complained is the volume and stuff. Sound volume's not very loud or something like that. It's a pretty simple app. You just hit a record and then you're on there. You have a choice of going from the thing, about a couple years ago, but now it's 1080p. So, but it seems like I could never really get any 1080p without really good Wi-Fi on that, but not cellular data, and you can't get the 1080p for that, no way. So the whole thing you're balancing out is sound and video. So for the best bet is that you want to try to get, usually cellular reception isn't very good, so that makes sense on that. I'm just so bummed that, you know, I did a really good broadcast. I was really happy about it, and all of a sudden it didn't upload, which is kind of really ticks me off, and it kind of makes you really upset. And it seems like a lot of people had that same problem and stuff, but it's kind of a bummer also that you can't contact tech support because they're no longer available. So whatever you got is what you got. So kind of a bummer thing. Wirecast, I know they've got an upgrade thing, so but they want your money, so they want you to pay to get that. But the only problem about that, even the free version, it has a problem connecting, which is kind of scary, and that's always been the issue. If you can't connect, what the heck, you know? I mean, what's good about it, about the special features, if you can't even make a connection and videotape live? You know, that's the whole thing. So my suggestion is the simplest the better. That takes less memory and less of your usage on your thing or whatever. That's probably the easiest thing. And then once you get your good feed, and then you can go ahead and edit that out and do what you want on that. Of course, you're not going to get the best until you get the really good Wi-Fi and have the editing system and stuff. So they fully haven't really I would say evolved or worked out certain bugs about actually live streaming from a mobile phone, and using an iPhone is supposed to be the best, right? So I don't know, we'll see what happens on that. The problem about that is that I think they flag you and take you off or whatever, or maybe that was the situation, I don't know, but that's a situation on that as well. So many times I tried with the videotaping people too. So after the whole thing, the beauty part about live streaming is that, yeah, you want to be live, but then also you want to be able to watch your stuff and be able to edit it out and maybe rebroadcast it or whatever. So we'll see what happens on this one here. One thing about the YouTube streaming though is that when things get cut off, it automatically puts it up there, but you know, I don't think they seems like the most complicated software and stuff uses more memory, which always screws up on the connection because it uses too much juice or whatever. So you want to also consider that, you know, what's more important to you, to have a really fancy logo and everything to come with it, which would be cool, or you know, want to be able to stay online and not have to worry about your stuff not being up or making connections, especially in a last minute thing. Usually a live stream things, and so it's kind of hard to you know, like write them back and say, hey, cool, thanks for whatever. So that's one thing that's kind of weird. I know Wirecast, I don't think it has that. I know at least the PC and the desktop version doesn't have that. So kind of interesting even, but you know, couldn't make the connection, and that's always been the problem, is making the connection between your internet and going up there. So we'll see what happens on here. It looks like I'm still in the cloudy area, and I know I have better reception